Hey everybody, I'm Matt Avery, and you might recognize me, or at least certainly my voice, as one of the co-hosts of the Mecum on the Move podcast, in addition to a wide array of video work that I've done with the Mecum Auctions social media team and even the TV team over the years. But I'm so excited that you've chosen to join us this morning for the launch of an entirely new show. In fact, it's called Mecum in the Mornings, and it's a way to get you up to speed with what's in store for the auction experience. We'll be recording and airing this on site in the mornings at Mecum Auctions in the months to come. And it's a way for us to spotlight all that takes place in addition to all of the auction action, all of the fun things that happen along the way. Now, in terms of presenting, I won't be alone. I'll be joined by a co-host who I'm so excited to introduce you to, Bri Poland. Bri, you are new to the auction, or excuse me, to the Mecum Auctions team. Welcome to Mecum in the Mornings. I'm so excited to embark on this this new show with you.
Just 2 months in, I was really excited when you pitched this product this project. Having something to give people a reason why to come and be here in person. Also showcasing some of the stuff they might have missed, you know, in prior days. We're on day 7. So much has happened in the 7 days that we've been here at Mecum. I think we're going to cover some of that action in a couple minutes, but just a brief background around me. I was in the motorcycle industry for 20 years, switched over to the electric vehicle environment, and then somehow decided to join Mecum, where we have a mix of cars, motorcycles, and just an overall great experience. I'm so excited to be here.
We'll be seeing a lot more of Bri, and Bri, this is going to be exciting because there is so much that happens that a lot of people, when you come out, sometimes you might not even know what all takes place at the auction. So this is a great way to get our audience up to speed with what's happening, starting with today is obviously Thursday, and we're recording this, and there's a lot in store for today. So far, the high seller of the auction is a 1933 Cadillac V16 Phaeton, selling for $495,000. Bri, while that sounds impressive, obviously we are just heating up for the weekend ahead. We will have multiple 7-figure cars crossing the block, in addition to a lot of vehicles on the other end of the spectrum, that affordable entry level where collectors can come out and get their dream car and kind of get starting in the collecting space.
I think that's a thing that people don't understand about auctions, is that there is something for everyone. You can be 16 buying your first car, you might want to do a resto mod with your dad or your grandfather, but there's also something for that really discerning collector.
Well, speaking of collectors, we had a notable Indianapolis guy out to the auction earlier this week. Pat McAfee stopped by, former Indianapolis Colts punter and now sports commentator. He was on site at the auction, but he bought a couple cars in person, but also showcasing just the variety of ways that we offer for customers to purchase their dream car. He called in by phone, talked to our consignment agent Zach earlier this week for someone on his team to purchase a Cadillac Escalade, and he broadcast it in his show. We have a clip of it. Here, take a look.
16,000 original miles.
That ain't
What?
bad at all.
Go to the website. Can we go to the website, please, so I can click on the photos of this thing? This might be the gift for the wife.
I want that.
20 grand asking 22.
Talk in this thing for 22 grand.
That'd be incredible.
How about 21?
Yeah, we'll go 21 grand for that thing for sure.
21. All right, you got you in at 21.
Should we get a
21 going to be 200 going to be paid to bed. You won 2. I had 22 pound dollar. You're down point a bed down negative 22 pound dollar down negative.
Talk. I don't know if you're getting this for the offices.
What's a bed? 22,000. You're down 21 down 2.
Talk.
Down Daniel. I had 22 pound dollar down 1 2. Last call 22. So
Hey, come on out here, Talk, please. You go, congratulations, man.
wow? Proud owner.
You will.
You just got a 2002 Escalade, dude. Congratulations. Happy for you, bud. No, thank you. Thank you. All right, it certainly is.
Let me talk.
Hey, wait a minute.
Press talk.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a good deal.
Pat's energy is no joke, and even when he's here in person and he gets so excited about the bidding, but that is truly what happens here at Mecum. When you have people bidding against each other, and you know the energy and the vibe, it's unmatched. I honestly say if you're a ticket holder, go sit up in the stands. and just watch the bidding action on the floor. It's absolutely great. One of the things I was really excited about coming into this is the Indiana press is really excited about what we've been, I think it's 37 years or 24 years here, something like that. But we get a lot of media coverage. We were able to, sit down with Fox 59 with our auctioneer, Matt. We've had a lot of radio stations come and take some coverage. We've even had some charitable organizations that have had special media tours by our communications manager, David Morton. The thing they've been most excited about, though, is the building we're sitting in now. Can you give us some more information?
I can, because, Bri, I got to tell you, I'm genuinely excited for this brand new building here at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. And we're not kidding when we say it really is a big deal. This was the former, I think it was called the Pig Barn. Mm-hmm. And of course, that was all the structures here on site are an integral part of the state fair that happened. So this is where livestock would have been shown, but just the building needed some updating. It first opened in 1923, and over the last 18 months, it underwent a $50 million renovation. And this is the first use that we've been able to include it in Dana Mecum's Spring Classic. And it really has changed the dynamic in the flavor of the event for our guests. So one of the many new things is we have a brand new grand entrance. So now our spectators and bidders come in, they are greeted with a stunning overview. I gotta say, that's really the only way to describe it, is that they are greeted with this great overlook showcasing, I think, around 300 cars and motorcycles behind us before they make their way into other halls and eventually the auction block.
And not to mention, we have a smaller Mecum shop in the corner, which we'll touch on a little bit later.
Yep, we will. So as you mentioned, we are at Dana Mecum's 37th original Spring Classic. And as we start to kind of peel back a little bit of the layers about what makes this a must-see event, a little bit of background. Last year, when Mecum Auctions was here, the event achieved $113 million in total sales. And by all accounts, Bri, 2024 is shaping up to be another epic event. We have 9 days of auction action running May 10th through the 18th. Over 3,000 vehicles, 39 collections, 1,000 pieces of road art, and then just breaking down by some of the popular models, Bri, we have over 330 Corvettes. That is a perennial favorite for the Mecum Auction customer fan base. We have 141 Mustangs, and my personal favorite, we have 156 Camaros.
Why is it your personal favorite, Matt?
Well, I've kind of dived into the Chevrolet Performance era of Camaro, and really kind of enjoyed getting into that.
I was trying to give you a book plug.
You were?
Yeah.
I've been able to research the certain eras of Chevrolet Performance, notably the Copo era, and then also Camaro Special Editions, and have put those into a couple books. So I am, by all accounts, a Chevy Performance guy, certainly a Camaro guy, but we have something here for everyone. And if you can't make it in person and you are looking for what is your favorite, we have live TV coverage coming at you, 24 hours broadcast on Motor Trend and Max, with 2 hours on Discovery. Our TV team, John Craman, Scott Hoke, Danielle Estrada, Bill Stevens, are going to do a great job of covering all the auction action.
Yeah, they are.
So let's also, speaking of auction action, I had a chance earlier this week to get out and also provide a little bit more of the numbers of what all goes into the Spring Classic. We do our Indy by the numbers. Here it is, take a look. Dana Mecum's 37th original Spring Classic is truly a sight to behold, being the company's second largest annual collector car auction and one of the most highly anticipated by enthusiasts. Held in Indianapolis, last year's event achieved $113 million in total sales, and for 2024, it's shaping up to be another epic event. There are 10 days of auction action running May 10th through the 18th, with 3,000 vehicles of all kinds, including a whopping 39 collections and 1,000 road art items crossing the block. If you're looking for Corvettes, you'll find plenty, with 310 on site, not to mention a whole stampede of pony cars, like 132 Mustangs and 140 Camaros, live TV coverage, 24 hours broadcast on Motor Trend and Max, with 2 hours on Discovery. All this fits in because the Indiana State Fairgrounds are equally massive. First opened in 1892, there are 250 acres and 1 million square feet of event space. Spectators can stroll through 7 pavilions and halls, plus many more tents and parking lots to take it all in. There's the vendors row and the one and only Dodge Thrill Ride. As always, you add it all up and it makes for one unforgettable Mecum Auctions Indy experience. All right, so as you saw, there is a whole lot of numbers that go into making this such an awesome event. A little bit about today, Thursday, May 16th. We have 401 vehicles crossing the block. We have 8 collections, including the private collection of Roger Penske and Team Penske. What a great Indianapolis connection there. The Rising Sun collection, the American Muscle Car collection, and the Jason Deach Seline collection, which we will get to in another spotlight in just a moment. Now, Bri, I know you teased your background, and by all accounts, you are a die-hard two-wheeled fanatic. We do have a couple motorcycles crossing the block, including a 1919 Harley-Davidson Model J. Does this era, this early motorcycle, and does that kind of appeal to you, or are you more of a later model gal?
So I would say most of my collection is more on the vintage side. This motorcycle really gets me excited. The restoration done on it, it's in pristine condition. Unfortunately, I don't have room in my garage. Hopefully someone here that comes today is willing to take this beautiful Harley Davidson into their hands.
We have such a great motorcycle division. Craig and Greg do a great job of running that. And if you have any questions at the auction, of course, you can find that. They're over in the staging lanes, and you can get all the details. You can see all those bikes up close in addition to them crossing the block. You know, one of the other things that we have at every auction, Bri, or at least most of the auctions, is our road art division. That's another large part of the Mecum auction experience. You might be asking, what is road art? I think that's a good question for people that are new to the Mecum experience. Road art is the term, the kind of the catch-all phrase that Mecum Auction uses to describe all of the related collectibles that go along with these, with transportation. So this is going to be everything from the neon lights to the gas pumps, the porcelain signs, the 10 signs, the coin op, all the machines from yesteryear that you used to be able to put a coin in and ride as a kiddie ride. All of that is fantastic. It's such a great, it's almost a show within a show here at the auction.
It is, and a couple things is, this is a good way to get your foot into the auction environment. These, you know, a lot of the pieces are extremely affordable, right? And they're easier to take home. You come to an auction, you're not expecting to buy something, you register to be a bidder, you can take home a great neon. I heard you're a really big fan of neons.
I am a big neon guy. To me, it's such a magical experience, Bri, because you don't see neon. So when you come to the auction and when you see it illuminated, to me, it's a magical experience. And I hope if you come out, you get to experience it, because it is unlike anything else. We were also talking earlier this week, I shared with you another kind of subset that fascinates me, and that is the Avery tractor. We don't see them.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a good question. But I do love, there's a name connection there, but obviously the Avery agricultural team there in the early 1900s did tractors and trucks. We don't see them very often at auction, but we do see their memorabilia, so that's something else that I always keep an eye out for. And I will say, I do collect, their logo was a bulldog, and I do have quite a large collection of bulldog like tags that they would use, keychain fobs. So maybe on a future show I'll have to bring those in and we can kind of geek out.
Funny story, when my son was younger, I decided to collect small antique gas pumps. So now coming into Mecum, it started reliving those memories for me. I don't have them anymore, but they were great. I used to adorn his room in them. Maybe I'll just buy a big one and place it in front of the house.
I love it. Well, and of course, all of this memorabilia, the reason why, as you mentioned, it's a great way for collectors to either expand their collection. It's a great way for maybe customers or enthusiasts to get in at a more affordable place. And then, of course, also, it goes so well with a vehicle collection, because obviously if you are at that level and you have multiple vehicles and you have a large garage or barn that you're storing them, you want to decorate it. What better way than to fill it up with some road art?
So speaking of collections, I think there's a collection you went to visit. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I would love to. The Jason Deach Seline collection is here crossing the block today, Thursday, and it's unique for a variety of reasons, Bri. because it is one of the largest Seline collections that we have had at Mecum Auctions. And I know a lot of people connect the Seline brand, longtime Ford performance tuner, with Mustangs, but this collection has been carefully curated and contains some of the other Ford offerings that Seline has modified over the years. I was able to head out to Jason's collection for a special preview. I brought a camera crew. Here's what happened. Coming to this year's Dana Mecum's 37th original spring classic is the Jason Deitch Seline collection. And today I'm checking out this unique assortment of all-American Ford performance. There are 9 vehicles in total, the batch being assembled together by Jason as a special way to fulfill a childhood dream. Jason grew up in Ohio, and as a teenager, he'd go by Noah Yoder Ford. He'd see the latest offerings and always came away impressed by the vehicle's wild aero and race-ready nature. So much so, he created 2 budget-friendly Seline Mustang tributes, but the prospect of owning the real thing never left him. And for the last couple of decades, he's assembled this impressive selection. Jason's earliest example is this 1986 hatchback, the final year for the Mustang's distinct quadruple headlight setup. It's painted bright red and identified by Seline as car number 188. It's equipped with a racecraft suspension, Seline's unique aero kit, and a 5-liter V8 with a BBK intake. Next is this white 1989 convertible equipped with a matching white top. It's identified as car number 461 and shows just 7,602 miles on the odometer. Rounding out the set is this SSC, quite rare and desirable in the Seline community. It's one of 161 produced, with this odometer reading just 905 miles. Steve Seline signed the dash with the window sticker showing that when new, the car costs $36,500. It's powered by a fuel-injected 5-liter V8, enhanced with components like Seline-modified upper and lower intake manifolds, a 65mm throttle body, a performance radiator, a special engine plenum plate, headers, and a low restriction exhaust. Moving to the 90s, Jason's collection has 2, both painted black. First is this hatchback, car number 190, with Steve also signing the dash. Under the hood is a fuel-injected 5-liter V8 paired to a 5-speed manual with additional package contents including the racecraft suspension and the Seline aero kit. Then there's this coupe, built as a Seline replica. The wheels have received a 5-lug conversion to be fitted with Seline 5-spoke 16-inch wheels, with other additions including heavily bolstered seats, the Seline aero kit, and aftermarket headlights. Shifting to some of the more unusual finds from the Seline product portfolio is this, a 1988 Ranger Seline sport truck. The odometer reads 1,678 miles, making this the lowest mileage example known to exist. Just 24 of these trucks were built that year, and this is the only one painted regatta blue. Steve signed the dash, and the window sticker and original temp tag are still affixed. Power comes from a 2.9-liter V6 paired to a 5-speed manual transmission. There's a racecraft suspension, color-keyed alloy wheels, and a blue 3-spoke steering wheel. This 1997 Explorer XP8 is the second Seline Explorer produced and was purportedly built for Steve's wife Liz, along with being used for magazine testing and publicity. Its 5-liter V8 is supercharged and has a carbon fiber hood, along with Recaro bucket seats, a racecraft suspension, 5-spoke mag wheels, and all-wheel drive. Rounding out the lot is this true pocket rocket, a 2005 Focus Seline S121. It's car number 129 and painted in rare egg yolk yellow. There's an upgraded suspension, Seline aero kit, a leather interior, and a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with twin center exit exhaust tips. Steve and his Seline team continue to pump out performance, and this carefully curated group honors that nearly 40-year legacy of crafting vehicles that excite racing enthusiasts. All stemming from that teenage dream, Jason's one-of-a-kind collection has been 30 years in the making and will be headed to Mecum Indy, selling on Thursday, May 16th.
All right, I must admit that I always associated Salines with Mustangs, but after watching that clip, I'm pretty excited about that Ford Ranger. We've always had a Ford Ranger in the family. My son currently drives one. I'd be kind of scared if he drove the one that we saw in the clip.
You know, that's a great observation, Bri, is that, as I mentioned before that package, Steve Seline and his crew got their start in that Fox body era of Mustang in the mid-'80s, but they've kept literally the pedal to the metal with what they're doing. And I actually had a chance to connect with Steve for the first time just a couple weeks ago at the Mustang Club of America's 60th anniversary at Barber Motorsports, and was able to see the latest Black Series that they're offering on the new 2024 Mustang. So it's great to see that his team has stayed true to what they started, and that's really to continue to up the levels of performance. And while obviously the bulk of the work has been on Mustangs, a lot of it has also kind of spawned other projects like the Ranger. I know that's gotten all kinds of attention. And also in Jason's collection is an Explorer, which also has a great look to it and has a performance vibe to it, and as well as that hot hatch, the Focus. So all of that crosses the block today, and I think it will be very exciting for enthusiasts to see that and to kind of celebrate an American tuner that's really stayed true to what they wanted to do.
I think there's someone on our team, Phil. I think his nickname is Fox Body Phil, so I think he might get excited to see this collection roll off the block today.
Yeah, Phil Brom runs our social media department, and he came out for that collection. I know he was in heaven because I know Fox Bodies are up his alley. And you also mentioned your son Braden, who we're going to be introduced to in our next package. But we've really enjoyed having Braden out with us this week. He's been part of the Mecum team now for this auction, and I actually looked at a Ranger that he was bidding on, not the Seline one. So you're not wrong when he says that your son is a Ranger guy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about another performance powerhouse here at Mecum Auctions, and that's Dodge. Dodge has been a sponsor of Mecum Auctions for a while now, and we're so excited to have them on site, and they offer so much at each and every auction in their area, so much for spectators and attendees to see and do. I had a chance to head over there and catch up with Cheston for all the latest of the Dodge experience. Take a look.
Dodge is out here. We're having a great time. We've got a thrill ride experience in Charger Hellcats and Challenger Hellcats.
Was whipping around the corners and everything. Guy's a really good driver. Awesome experience.
We also have the Dodge Hornet test drive, so you can come out and test drive the Hornet. You'll be able to drive the vehicles if you're 18 years of age or older. And then if you're under the age of 18, we just want you to be accompanied by an adult. You'll have a right seat driver or host, and they'll be teaching you a little bit more about the Hornet while you're driving it. We've got custom airbrush tattoo artwork. We've got a $100,000 giveaway towards a vehicle of your choice. We always have a fun time out here. I think the great thing is like whether you're looking at a resto mod vehicle or any type of high performance vehicle, whether it be from the 60s on up to current day product platform, you're getting a deeper experience as to not only what we're offering now, but kind of where we've come from and where the industry's come from. We're rocking and rolling from the start of the auction till the end of it. It's all free. Come on out and have some fun with us here this weekend with Dodge.
I have to admit, I haven't done the Dodge Thrill Ride yet. I have to work up the nerves.
We'll get you there.
I did see something very interesting in that video. You know, we mentioned that my son has been here with us the last couple days, and I was wondering where he was. It looks like there he is on camera. It looks like my son was able to enjoy the thrill ride. I'll have to talk to him about it later.
Bri, we will get you out there because the thrill ride is a must see and do event. It's completely free, and the Dodge team does such a great job of putting it on.
And speaking of me being a mother and me having my son here, this auction has been going on for 7 days. So we did work on Mother's Day. So it was a really great chance to celebrate not only all the moms that come to the auction. We had a 10% discount in the shop. We had Mother's Day backdrop where they could, you know, pose in front. We also had mimosas. But the coolest thing I was able to coordinate with the rest of the team was celebrating the Mecum moms, the women here who drive the world for us at Mecum. We have over 100 moms that work at Mecum. It was really great. So we got them together for some video and photo ops and then provided some donuts at the end. Check it out. We're here celebrating the hardworking moms that work here at Mecum. We have a lot of women that make the show run.
Blessed to be a mom, and my son has made me the most happiest person in the world. Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
An Oldsmobile Aurora. It was a 4-door, so it was easy to put a car seat in the back.
It was a Buick Electra. Minivan. Mom van, loved it.
I had a 1978 Dodge Magnum with a 318 that I totally wiped out with a deer.
Oh, one time I brought a yellow Chevrolet that was small. My son is 6'6". He didn't like it, but he learned to like it later on.
Probably my Thunderbird. We listened to Meatloaf and rode around in the Thunderbird. And he's the greatest achievement of my life. I was blessed with one great son. He's an auctioneer.
Favorite car would be, I have a Dodge Charger. And when I got it, the kids got really excited because it sounded like it'd go fast. So I'd tell them, hold your britches, and they'd hold a little car seat straps, and we just...
My 4Runner. It does not have enough room.
I had a Metropolitan Nash.
My Z28.
So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and happy Mother's Day to you, Bri.
Thank you.
Glad you got to spend it with your son here at Mecum Auctions.
Chasing him around.
Chasing him around. But we will get you on the thrill ride, and we will definitely get some cameras out there to record it. So
Yep.
we look forward to that. Now, something that we offer that Bri mentioned that we've talked about is the Mecum merch. And at this particular auction, we have 2 different locations on site where you can stop by and check out all the latest gear. We have all kinds of great apparel and die casts, all kinds of things to get into. And I want to call attention to 2 of the event exclusive shirts. You can see them up there on the screen, the black and the blue one. What's really neat about these, Bri, are that both are showcase 2 vehicles that are consigned that are crossing the block. One of them is a 68 Shelby GT500 KR Fastback, really stands out with that orange paint. And then the other is a 1970 Chevelle SS LS6 Coupe, equipped of course with that 454, and this one having the broadcast sheet. Those are great to show your Mecum auction excitement. And then also we do have some great die casts available as well. We have one here on the desk, 1/18th, this beautiful Charger with that 426. This sold a couple years ago, the Spring Classic. So make sure to stop by the merch areas. Again, we have 2, one right by the main entrance, and then another one in the staging lanes. And if you don't make it to those, or you want to shop from the comfort of your home, the Mecum shop is available online at mecum.com.
We are also rocking some of our Mecum shop apparel today, are we not?
We are. So I've got this great one with the neon, as I like this one, stood out to me.
That's why I picked it out. It had the neon vibe. You like neons?
I do.
You're welcome, Matt.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bri.
I'm also your stylist on the side.
Exactly. Speaking of the Mecum vibe, we really can't stress enough how much goes on here at each and every Mecum auction, and this is what I'm excited about, Bri, is being able to provide kind of an inside look at what all happens. As you saw, there's dancing involved at the start of every Mecum auction. For those customers that come out, they know exactly what we're talking about. That's how we start the day. We kick it off by playing Thunderstruck. We have a whole light show. We encourage anyone to come up and dance just as a way to get everyone excited for what's in store for the day ahead. Bri, I got to ask, kind of as a newcomer to the auction experience, what's kind of stood out most to you from your days here on site?
The energy between the bidders and the audience, and the auctioneers are crazy. I could never speak as fast as they can. I'm starting to understand the madness, but I think it's time to sign off because
yes,
we got an auction about to start.
We'll be back here tomorrow for Mecum in the morning. Please join us. We've got much more in store, and get ready for the auction live stream starting in just a few moments. And then of course, be sure to tune in to the TV broadcast starting at noon Eastern. All of that can be found at max.com. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.